K Michelle and Shamia are still hating on Drew. Dennis gives Portia a ring, and the girls are actually getting along by the end of the episode. Let's get into this week's episode, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, Cynthia starts the episode by asking the right questions. Asking Shamia why she invited Dennis, Portia's ex, to the big birthday party, but didn't invite Portia. Because we all wanted to know why. And her answer to that was that they are closer to Dennis, they're good friends with Dennis, her husband and Dennis has bonded, all of this BS, and that her and Portia are no longer friends, even though they have made up several times on the show. We all know this was a direct dig to shade Portia. Speaking of shade, K Michelle and Pinky sit down and talk. Now, Pinky is getting real messy. She's getting caught up in this whole K Michelle hate Drew train, and she's actually jumping aboard. She says that she thinks that Drew and K Michelle should do a versus. Really, girl? You know Drew only had one album. She do a little bit of music, acting. She do a little bit of everything. So why would you even compare the two other than to be shady? Of course, K Michelle is shading Drew in the conversation. She like always has to say something about Drew, saying that her music is AI, her music don't compare to hers. Okay, we get it, girl. You don't like Drew. Then we actually get the real tea when we find out who been in K Michelle's ear, telling her that they plotting against her, don't want her in the show, trying to make her not fit in. It's Shamia, like we all suspected. It is Shamia. She actually confirms it with her own mouth. Now, Drew has the girls over and they gossip a little bit. And Drew tells them about Pinky's whole project and how she wanted her to be in the movie about her life. And Notori's going to be playing her and all of this stuff. And Phaedra proceeds to say that everyone tells her that she looks just like Notori. And here comes Cynthia in the confessional with the shade. She said, was it the old Phaedra face or the new Phaedra face? Oh my God, Cynthia, girl, your shade is getting up there. It was funny though. Drew also tells them about the whole thing where K Michelle and Shamia was picking on her at the dinner that none of them went to. They also have a little bit of trouble because he wants to have kids, and she's like, I would have to do IVF, which I am too old to do that at this point. Now, Dennis shows up to her house afterwards, and he gives her a ring, and she spirals out of control. Now, he starts off this conversation by saying he doesn't like what she did on TV, saying she's dating multiple people. He don't want her bringing people around the daughter. She moving too fast. He knew that relationship wouldn't work with the last husband. He is just like going in on her. And he even gives her a ring and said that he kept it hoping that things will work out between them. And how every time she breaks up with somebody, he pretty much shows up to try to win her back over. And she says that it's confusing to her because she still loves Dennis, but she know the relationship ain't right. Now Kelly's moving, and she's actually moving into one of Shamia property. Shamia has this property, she says, since she got married or something, but I guess nobody has never been living in it. So girls, you could at least been rented out and getting some money. But anyway, this, I tell you, they're going to fall out because she's definitely going to use that over her head, considering she is not charging her to live there. So somewhere in this conversation later on in the season, it's definitely going to be brought up that she's living in Shamia's property and not giving her no money. I guarantee it's going to ruin their friendship. Also, Phaedra is going to be representing her for her divorce, and she's doing it for free also. So Kelly is getting a lot of help from all of these girls. Hopefully she don't turn on them because Kelly can be a little shady. Now we find out that Pinky and her husband are doing counseling. Well, Montel Jordan and his wife, like how random is that? I guess he is a minister, him and his wife, and they counsel people on marriages. It was like so out of the blue. Pinky has an event, a skating 80s theme kind of thing. Everybody came in their little 80s attire, whatever, except K Michelle. She was there, just not in theme. So everybody's hanging out. They're actually getting along. They also all gave Angela a gift because her mom did pass away. So it was actually a sweet, touching moment at the end of the show. All the girls were getting along. Nobody was being shady, which rarely happens on the Housewives. So that is a wrap up on this episode. Make sure you're following to get all the dirt on all your favorite reality shows.